guys, it's Julia and welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a book haul. And basically, I know it's really early on in the month, at least when I'm filming this, it's like the 6th, but I've acquired 17 books. Yay. Which I'm really looking forward to a lot of these. Basically, this consists of thrift shopping, book outlet, and stress book buying. So, in conclusion, I have a lot here. And my birthday's coming up soon, and I have a feeling that I'm going to be getting some books for my birthday from my parents, and if not, from myself, because I will treat myself. It's my birthday. But I have a lot. First up here, I have The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. Let's hope. And I think you guys know what The Wizard of Oz is about, but I've never read it before. And the edition, like, quote on the back, I love these Penguin Chalk editions. They're really cute, and I just want to actually read the original story, because I haven't. I don't even think I've seen the movie, which is really surprising. Up here I have Tricks by Ellen Hopkins, and this book is a young adult, really serious book. Like, damn. This deals with teenage prostitution, so keep that in mind before picking this up. It's really dark. I read it this month. I'll talk about it in my wrap-up. Holy hell, it was dark. Yeah. Next up here I have The Godfather by Mario Puzo. I'm sure you guys know the movie and all that, but basically the only thing I know about this is it's some big mafia thing going on. That's all I know. I think I'm just gonna go into that way. Just some mafia crime novel. Cool, let's read it. Next up I have here is Stargirl by Spinelli. And I wanted to get this one because I want to explore more middle grade fiction. I was actually shopping for my two cousins, looking for books and like the middle grade range for them. And I realized that I haven't read much middle grade, so I can't recommend people middle grade. Not even just kids, but just like anyone in general. I can't recommend anyone middle grade because I haven't read too much of it. So I heard this was really good. Books and Lala talks about it all the time, so I thought I'd check this out. Up here I have Antony and Cleopatra by William Shakespeare. And these are the Shakespeare editions that I like to collect. So I saw this one at Book Outlet and I was like, yes, I shall get you. And Cleopatra. Cool. Let's read that. Up here I have The Man Who Was Thursday by J.K. Chesterton. Basically this book is one I got it mostly because it's a Penguin English Library edition, but then I actually read the back and everything, and it was saying like a haunting novel of undercover policemen and all this stuff, and I was like, oh, that's my jam. So I read the first page in the store and then I was like, okay, sold, bought it, yeah. Up here I have Is Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson, and basically this is like a really popular young adult mental illness contemporary, and you guys know I read a lot of that, and I haven't read this yet, and yeah, and I should read it. It's supposed to be really good, so yes. And next up here I have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling, obviously the illustrated edition. This thing is massive. Oh, of course I flipped to one with no illustrations, and it just has, you know, illustrations, and I have been looking for this, but it's $50 Canadian. Just a lot of dough. So they had a Book Outlet for $20. Good. Now I have some King that I bought, well, that my mom picked up for me actually, because she was at the thrift store and she saw a bunch and she was texting me pictures and stuff. So I have 4 here. So first up I have here is Insomnia by Stephen King, and I don't know too much about this one, but I've heard good things, and like I couldn't pass up this copy because it's like one of the bigger ones. Like you don't see these in regular bookstores anymore, the really tall original Stephen King hardcovers, so you know, the ones that have his picture right on the back and all that jazz, and I just thought this would be really interesting, and I've heard good things, so we'll pick that up. Next up here I also have Rose Matter, and this one is, I was just reading some of the stuff in here, and it just sounds really interesting. It just sounds so incredibly interesting in the flap, and I just really want to read this one. So yes. Next up here I have Desperation, which I'd love to be able to tell you what this is about, but I have no clue. And I don't know, I just thought it looked interesting, and the spine, and I just thought it was really nice, and I don't know, I've never heard many people talk about this, but all I saw was desert. All I saw was desert and scary place in the front flap. Like me scanning it, like me skimming it, all I saw was desert and scary place, and I was like, me, I'm gonna buy you. Next up here I have one that I was really excited about, and that is Cell by Stephen King, and this is coming out as a movie like very soon, and this is going to be in theaters really soon. And basically I was so obsessed with this because this is like the Everything's Eventual cover where there's like a thing spilling blood, and it reminded me of the Everything's Eventual cover, and I don't know, this cover is so pretty. When my mom sent me a picture of this, I was like, please grab that one for me. And Rachel and I are going to be buddy reading this next month, and I believe this is just like literally the line here is like, there's a reason Cell rhymes with hell. So those were all bargain books that I got for really cheap. Now let's go to the stuff that I paid full price for. And first up I have Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertili, and I read this already this month, and it's about this boy named Simon who's not come out yet, and then he's forced to come out because someone's blackmailing him, and yeah, it's good. It's adorable. You should read it. I have Futhermore by Tahereh Mafi, and this book I'm super excited for, and I loved her Shatter Me trilogy, so I really want to pick this up, and it's just so beautiful. Look at it. And it's, I believe, about a girl who lives in a world that's colorful-ish, and then she's colorless, and it just seems really interesting, and like it just seems so cute, and I want to read it again, trying to explore more middle grade fiction here. So if this is really good, I can actually recommend it to people for middle grade fiction, because I want to get into middle grade. And then today I bought some books. So basically I bought The Killing Woods by Lucy Christopher. I read Stolen by her and I adored it. And you know what, not the holiday months, the scary months, the spooky months, and all that coming up, I grabbed this, and it's like someone is dead and then someone's accused of the crime, and this is PTSD on the back, and then there's a bunch of other stuff, but like those are the words that stick out to me, and I'm like, sold. Yeah. So I got two really little books, but I'm super excited for these. They're both classics actually. And first up I have A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf, and I've just heard really good things about her and her work. I've heard really good things about this book, so I really want to check it out, and it sounds like up my alley. And this book, I will not be able to pronounce the author's name. I'm so sorry. I looked it up on Google Translate. It's so hard to pronounce. Basically, it's a Russian author, a Russian classic author, and I don't think, from my knowledge, I don't think I've read much translated fiction. So this was originally written in Russian and was translated to English, and I was like mind blown. I was like, oh, gotta read that. And it just seems really adorable. And basically I read like the first little bit, it sounded really interesting, and the writing style seemed really nice, and it's like, sounds really interesting. It's about a doctor and about the doctor's client and all these things that go on, and it sounds really cool. And it's mostly I got because it's translated from Russian fiction, and the cover was kind of cool, so I got that. The books that I got. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's a lot of books. Yeah, see y'all soon. Bye.